The morning of June 26 began uneventfully. Kiev residents heard several explosions. Later, the information about it was confirmed by the mayor of the capital, Vitaliy Klitschko. In the Vyshgorod district, an APO on an enemy electrical facility operated. This was reported by the Kyiv Regional Military Administration. The explosions occurred during a nationwide domestic emergency, which was announced at the beginning of the 6th minute of the early morning. Friends. Several explosions in the Shevchenko district. Ambulance crews and rescuers are on their way to the site. More detailed information later, also reported Klitschko. It is reported that in the Shevchenkivsky district people have broken windows and cracked window sills. In one of the houses, there was a fire. After that began the evacuation of people from homes that were affected by the shelling. Also, one of the missiles flying over Kyiv was captured on video by eyewitnesses. At 3:48, planes, presumably several, flew over the Klymovichi district, heading southeast of Belarus towards the Kyiv region. As of this moment, we have no information that missiles were launched over the territory of Belarus. We know that at 4:05, the planes that flew over the Klymovichi region earlier were spotted near the RBRF border between the village of Dubetskoy, Belarus, and Vyshkov, Russian Federation. We are closely monitoring the situation, wrote the Telegram channel Belaruski Gayan. Presumably, these planes fired missiles toward the Kyiv region. At the same time, there were explosions in Mykolaiv. Let's remember, on June 25, according to the Ukrainian Military Forces Command, the Russian Federation used caliber C-based missiles against targets in the Ukrainian territory, X-22 and ground-based Iskander and Tuchkayu missiles against targets in the Ukrainian peninsula, and ONYX and Bastion missiles against targets in the western part of Ukraine. In total, the guerrillas fired about 50 missiles at our country's territory. A few hours earlier, Putin had arrived at the Kremlin immediately after his meeting with Alexander Lukashenko in St. Petersburg. At night, June 25 to 26, the president of the aggressor country Vladimir Putin arrived in the Kremlin. Putin arrived at the Kremlin immediately after he met with Alexander Lukashenko in St. Petersburg, where Lukashenko commented on the isolation of Kaliningrad by Lithuania. Report in social networks. The purpose of Putin's visit to the Kremlin is not known, but it is reported that Putin's visit to the Kremlin is not related to an urgent statement,